Hello, welcome to Dongnai Radio and Television Station. Here comes the news today. On November the 23rd, the government's delegation led by Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Đức Đam walked in Dongnai. Deputy Prime Minister stressed that the COVID-19 epidemic will last for at least another year, so the spirit of anti-epidemic must always be ready. Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Đức Đam and the delegation visited and checked COVID-19 epidemic prevention at Nestle Company and Taekwongbina Company located in Biên Hòa Industrial Park 2. Deputy Prime Minister appreciated companies that had well implemented anti-epidemic measures and listened to their leaders sharing about the difficulties caused by the COVID-19 epidemic on production and business. Sharing difficult issues with businesses, the Deputy Prime Minister expected units to continue to take anti-epidemic measures. The delegation also came to work at Shinmark University Hospital of Medicine, Long Minh Tân Ward, Biên Hòa City. Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Đức Đam appreciated COVID-19 epidemic prevention at the hospital, emphasizing that the hospital is a vital place in the system, so epidemic prevention should be proactive and available clinics, especially those with severe patients, the elderly and dialysis treatment. Concluding the meeting, the Deputy Prime Minister emphasized the spirit of trying by all means to prevent epidemics in the community. Immigration specialists must be strictly isolated. In the country, the most important thing is to always be ready so that when there is a case, it must be done quickly. From December the 5th, banks are responsible for providing personal account information at the request of the tax authorities. In Decree 126 of the government detailing a number of articles of the law on tax administration, the government requires commercial banks to be responsible for providing taxpayer account information. Specifically, the information to be provided includes transaction via account, balance, transaction data at the request of the head of the tax authority. This is for the purpose of inspecting, examining, determining payable tax obligations, and taking measures to enforce administrative decisions on tax administration in accordance with the tax law. Tax authorities are responsible for keeping information confidential and fully responsible for the safety of information in accordance with the law. On November the 23rd, Mr. Biden has a phone call with the leaders of the European Union, EU, and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. This is seen as part of his efforts to heal transatlantic relations. In his phone call with European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, Mr. Biden underlined his commitment to deepening and restoring the U.S.-EU relationship. According to a statement from the United States, expressed hope that the two sides will cooperate in common challenges. For her part, on Twitter, Mr. von der Leyen said, "It is wonderful to speak to Mr. Biden. It is a new start to the EU-US global partnership." The U.S. announcement also stated that during his phone call with NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, Mr. Biden spoke about the long-term U.S. commitment to NATO, including the basic principle of general defense under Article 5. Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced on November the 23rd that the country would end the current blockade measures on December the 2nd. In his speech to the British House of Representatives for quarantine, Mr. Johnson said that the current blockade in the UK will end on December the 2nd as originally planned and not be extended. However, the UK will not immediately return to normal but must adopt a 3-level warning system as used before the blockade. Praising the up to 90% effectiveness of the vaccine studied by the pharmaceutical firm AstraZeneca and the University of Oxford, UK, Mr. Johnson said that the UK has set a target that by March 2021, the vaccine will basically be completely vaccinated to those who are vulnerable to COVID-19. That's all for the news today. Thank you for joining us and goodbye.